if anyone's comfortable being famous, they are a psychopath. And that was by Finn Wolfhard. And the second one here is the worst thing about being famous is the invasion of your privacy. And that was by Justin Timberlake. My name is Shade and you are welcome to today's episode. Today I'm going to be, I'm back into the scene of podcasting. And honestly, it's been a very long time. It's been a very, very long time. I have missed it so much. And as much as there are like a whole lot of reasons as to why I had to step back and take some time off, I will not be going into details, but I'm okay. I'm better. I really do hope I'm stronger. Do you get? Yeah. So today's episode, we are going to be looking at the bullying that celebrities have to go through. Quite alright. We have a lot of, we preach, do not judge, love your neighbor as yourself. The very, very sick thing about life is, when you go on Twitter and you see or you read up a story about someone that committed suicide, depression and all that, people say things like, I'm here for you all the time, if you need anyone to talk to. But these same humans, we've all done it. So we have these tendencies of judging celebrities and putting them at a very, very high esteem. I'm going to be I've forgotten what show that was, but there was a particular show that was I was watching one time, and then they showed the woman the picture of the royal family, and then she was like, what's the big deal? These are just normal humans like you and I. Do you get? And yeah, really, they're just normal humans like you and I. Alright. So I'm going to be giving you two really deep quotes. The first one is, if anyone's comfortable being famous, they are a psychopath. And that was by Finn Wolfhard. And the second one here is, the worst thing about being famous is the invasion of your privacy. And that was by Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry. So yeah, we're just going to be going into today's episode fully. Is it okay, or rather, it is okay to bully celebrities? It's cool. And I mean that sarcastically, of course. I don't mean that like, yeah, you all should be bullies, because that's disgusting AF. Well, I think this is where people tend to misunderstand it. As humans, I was telling somebody one time, I was telling a friend of mine a while back that there's a balance in life. Do you get? The balance comes from, if there is good, we need bad. There is good, we need evil. So if we have humans that tend to mind their business all the time, then we're definitely going to have those really annoying ones that want to be all up in your face. And that's where all this whole place of being a celebrity comes from. I really believe that as a celebrity, there's this invisible contract you sign where you've consciously or unconsciously brought people into your lives. That's why there are certain celebrities that keep their personal issues personal, every single thing, away from the social media. And then there are those ones that put every single thing in the social media. And this set of people tend to get judgments, they tend to get criticized a whole lot. And sometimes you have that tendency of talking because you feel like, as a human being, if I'm living this way, then you also should be living this way. But that's not how it is. I feel like we should always remember first that whoever these people are, whoever these persons are, whoever these celebrities are, they are also humans. That's like the most important thing. They're not like I don't want to make it sound weird, but like, they were not like diamonds dropped from the sky, or they were not like diamonds that you had to dig out, or gold you had to dig out, or some weird ass shit like that. They're actually humans. They went through the whole 9 months process. They pushed them out. They had that whole placenta thingy. So they're humans like you and I. which means there should be room for mistakes, errors, amazing moments, and all that. All right, social media allows everyone to have that invisible tie wig or bob wig. I really don't know what it's called, the whole thing that lawyers put on their head. Social media gives you that opportunity to judge. It gives you that right to write, quote and unquote, to judge people, to assume for weird reasons that you have a say in someone's life, when really, really, really you do not. They are, all the celebrities are humans, and they are open to making mistakes, as we all are. So I don't see any reason as to why they should be singled out for the mistakes they make. I think there's really, really one there's one annoying thing I noticed about people, and I don't really know. I've seen it mostly on TikTok, where people form fashion police, and the major people that you talk about, Copy and Sini, where they're like, they have money, why are they dressing like poor people, or they have money, why can't they have a better dress? And I mean, not to sound like a bitch, but you're talking, how well of a good dresser does that even make sense are you? Do you get my point? I mean, I feel like there are like a whole lot of issues in the world already that are what should not even be on our list is how Copy's dressing, or what Simi decides to call her child, or what hairstyle Simi decides to wear, or whatever this person decides to put on. We tend to forget that celebrities are humans. We tend to forget that celebrities go through depression. We tend to forget that celebrities cry. They have their moments where our comments, our feedback, the things we say tend to hurt them. I think we forget those moments, and then we thrive on the moments of the glam, the fame, the popularity that comes with all this. So really, before you think about saying those words, or before you think about typing it, putting it out on the web, let's just say on the web, I really do feel old sometimes. But before you decide, to bash, Alex Okubo, you decide to bash I think it's Destiny Etiko or something like that. Before you decide to bash these persons, always remember that they are humans. I've heard people say, oh, she has money, why is she fat? Or she has money, why is she slim? You can't please everybody can't please you. Someone once said, if you don't have anything nice at all to say, do not say anything. And sometimes I really do tend to agree to that word, that wise, I don't know, that saying, because a whole lot of people just permit me to use this term, a whole lot of people just open their mouth, wow, and they spill plain rubbish, like the rubbish is too clean. Do you get? So before you take up your phone to put out that message that a certain celebrity doesn't live up to your standard, I mean, why are they even trying to live up to your standard? Or before you decide to hurt somebody with your words, whatever you're putting out there, just know that they are humans, okay? And whatever you say will definitely have an effect on them. So don't be that weird person that comes out to say, oh, when people die, oh, if you're depressed, talk to me, I'm here for you. And be that same person that bullies celebrities because you feel like they have it easier than you do. It's not their fault you're broke. It's not their fault you're poor. It's not their fault that you're not in the media as they are, or like they are. So my advice to you is shut up and get your shit moving. Do you get? I've come to this knowledge and this idea that I tend to talk to my sisters about it, and I always say something. I'm like, see, this person is living his or her life in a certain way. Okay, they made this decision So me as a fan, or as someone that just read the news, I really don't have a say in this. I think this came from this came from my own dying love for copy. I was, yes, before we dive in, before you start rolling your eyes at Shadi, yes, I used to always feel like, oh, you have the money, why don't dress in this certain way, But then I got to understand, like, I had to follow her on Snap, I had to follow her on Insta, and I got to understand that this is a young lady just living her life because she loves what she's doing. She's enjoying what she's doing. She's enjoying every single moment of her life. And right now, I am a cupcake. I think that's what she calls her fans, right? Cupcakes. Yeah, I am definitely a cupcake. And she really did change my mind and my perspective in a whole different direction. Do you get? So I feel like, if you are doing something, you enjoy it, then keep on doing it. As long as you're not causing any form of bodily, mental, physical, whatever kind of harm to someone else. Alright? You want to wear pink on green that day, sweetheart, pair it up. You want to wear, you want to put on, you don't want to be on makeup, you want to have your hair done properly or naturally or whatever, just get it done. We need to remember that celebrities are humans, and the things we say will definitely affect them too. Thank you very much. And we have come to the end of today's episode. But before I run away, I'm going to leave you with two amazing quotes. Again, I feel like the Dalai Lama of the podcasting industry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, the first thing here is, the strangest part about being famous is you don't get to give first impressions anymore. Everyone already has an impression of you before you meet them, and that's by Kristen Stewart. And the last one here is, there is this part that comes with being famous. Rod Stewart. Now, do what you will with all this amazing quotes I've given to you on today's episode, but I really do hope that after listening to today's episode, you would learn to shut the fuck up and mind your business. I'm wishing you all love, peace, and prosperity, and I do pray that the Lord will grant also longevity. Bye, guys. Thank you very much for listening to today's episode. Now, please remember that you can always drop your feedback and your comments on our Instagram at the 2016 podcast, or on our Twitter at the 2016 podcast one. You can also send us an email. That's the 2016 podcast at gmail.com. Do not forget to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment, to share again, to drop your feedback. Now, if you also want to donate to the 2016 podcast financially, go to our Instagram page, and in our bio, you're going to see our link tree. I wanted to say link tree link. Does that make sense? We're going to see our link tree. Click on it and scroll to the last part where you see our financial section. You can always donate to us using our Yushrikhan link or our Patreon link. Now, remember that every donation counts on the 2016 podcast, and this is to ensure that we bring out better quality and better products for you all. Now, from my end is love, peace, and prosperity, and I do pray that the Lord will grant us all longevity. I love you guys.